So, we're immediately on this screen. The reason why, because I didn't talk much about Street Fighter 6 Guile. Right? I think I put out like 3 YouTube videos about Street Fighter 6 already, and it was mainly about the mechanics of the game, not really the characters. But this is new. By new, I mean like this week, right? I've already put out a lot of Fantasy Strike themes, all suck. I like the bar theme, the tavern theme. I like that. I like tavern, I think. Also, Perfect Sonic Boom is the shit. I'm glad we agree. I also like the idea of Perfect Sonic Boom. Some people don't. Let's take a look at Perfect Sonic Boom, right? Let's take a look at what this means for the character, right? Look, there's the regular Sonic Boom. Let's turn this way up so you guys can hear it, right? There's normal Sonic Boom. There was Perfect Sonic Boom. Did you see that? There's actually a difference. He says perfect, right? And off normal Sonic Boom, you just get the same combo you've always gotten from Sonic Boom. No problem, right? What is this? Crouching strong into boom? You always used to get this, right? Now you can do crouching strong, boom, crouching medium, and then flash kick. Seems pretty good. Hey, what up, Wonderful Deluxe? You are in D first. That seems pretty good. Now, we don't know how this exactly works. We don't know if it's charge partitioning. We don't know if it's kind of like an electric. How you have to do the last 2 things. You have to do the forward and the punch at the same time. We have no clue, right? But there are a lot of people with pretty bad takes on this. Things like, oh no, this is just another unnecessary skill barrier, or this is really going to make hitbox players way too buff. I believe it's a just frame. Yeah, they've established that it's a just frame, but we don't know what they mean by that. Do they mean just frame as in you have the perfect amount of charge time? Or do they mean it's a just frame as in you pressed forward and punch on the exact same frame, right? It could be either of those things. There could even be something else. Yeah, see charge release, or it could be button press. We don't know yet, right? But the big deal is people are very worried that this is going to be a unnecessary skill barrier for the character, right? And that's gonna just cause more people to not want to play the game and play the character overall. Maybe just play the character, not play the game, right? Because look at the difference. They haven't, Mr. Sub, they have not confirmed which one it is. So speculating, that's cool. I like speculating. The game's not out. 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 It's full speculation. We have zero clue. We don't know. And this same motion could, this same thing, this perfect Sonic Boom, this just from Sonic Boom, could also extend to other moves like Chun-Li's Kikoken, like a character like Honda. He also has charge moves, right? Any character who has charge moves, they could add these exact same things to those. We're not entirely sure. We do not know. But all we know right now is that it makes Guile have new things that he's never had before at the cost of learning how to make it function, right? Like, it's not going to be easy. It's meant to be difficult. And I think that that's a good thing, right? I'm personally not all for making everything in fighting games difficult. I never have been. But I do think that rewarding deep gameplay is very good for fighting games, right? Like, there's this. I want to show you guys the main thing. Guile is not losing anything here. And what I mean by that is Guile's always been able to do that. Guile's always been able to do just that. Crouching hard punch boom, right? But now, if you want to reward yourself and want to really delve deep into the character, instead you can do this. And not only that, you may not even always do this. And that's where what I want to get into real quick comes into play. I'm not worried about this being better on hitbox, this being better on stick, this being better on pad. Fuck all that. If you're worried about that, if you think that this is too good on a certain device, play that device. Okay, that's the thing that I'm going to tell you is do not complain about, oh, I can't do this on stick, it's impossible. Oh, I can't do this on pad, it's impossible. I can't do this on hitbox, it's impossible. Whatever it may be, right? There are pros and cons to every controller type. Go buy a fucking hitbox cross-up if you want to play on stick, but you also want to be able to do this technique. Cool, whatever, no problem. We're practicing. But I think that something like this, is the perfect way to give more players player expression. Right? Saying that it's a needless skill barrier is absolutely asinine. And I say that because he's always had this. He's always had crouching hard punch boom. That's very, very normal, right? That's like saying that because this is hard to do. I'm going to show you guys one of the most famous moments in Street Fighter history. I'm sure you guys know exactly what moment we're going to take a look at here. Yeah. So that's like saying this, because it was hard, that it shouldn't have existed and that it ruined player expression. If anything, it actually makes it so that player expression is so much more important, right? He could have tried to find some other way to avoid this situation. To be fair, he was put down into a chip situation, right? But look at that. He's got no HP left. He is one piece of chip away from death here. That was hella risky, extremely unsafe, could have led to his death, but he was on his deathbed anyway, right? Let's be real here. But he went for it in a tournament setting with tournament pressure on the line and nailed it. That is a form of hype that is unrivaled, honestly, right? And showing off the perfect boom is like it's an offensive way to do that exact same concept. Maybe it helped player expression. Excuse me, take that back right now. It's 100% player expression. Yeah, I agree with you. People are saying that because you can't get into the meat of the game, because there are all these needless skill barriers, you can't be as expressive as a player. I'm going to tell you now that these are perfect examples and perfect definitions of player expression, right? Say Daigo would not have gotten chipped out. Would Daigo have still done the parry, or would he have just blocked? Right? We don't know. If the crouching hard punch into boom is going to kill, why go for the perfect boom, right? These are things that you can do because the game gives you those options. More options is always better than less, okay? I'll never say that I don't like hard combos in fighting games. 100% would have blocked if he hadn't got chipped. We don't know that. He could have maybe just gone for the parry anyway, because why not? If you go for the parry, you guarantee the kill. That's a form of player expression that doesn't exist in newer games because we refuse to like have these super crazy, like big hard mechanics, right? If he was gonna live, Justin wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Justin would have done something that risky, because that's one of those things that chips out, and that's why you do it. Parried the last hit and been super easy punish. Yeah, I know you meant wouldn't have. But what I'm saying is, like, he was setting up the parry. Sure, we can try to delve into these players' heads, but that's not what matters. What matters is that these forms of hype and these forms of player expression are very cool. I like them, right? Like, they're not easy, okay? But they reward the people who are going to put a lot of time into the game while giving the people who aren't no real drawbacks, right? I guess you get chipped out there. But there's no real drawback in almost any other situation to just blocking Chun Super. There's no real drawback, except losing damage, for going for the original Guile combo that he's had since the beginning of fucking time. The only drawback is you're missing out on damage, but you can choose if you want to learn that or not. And that's how it's always been, right? There are some of the best players in the world have butt ugly combos. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Punk is a perfect example. Punk in Guilty Gear Strive, not in Street Fighter, Don't crucify me. Punk in Guilty Gear Strive. He's one of the most wild. His combos are the most, let's say, creative that I've seen on Soul. And by that I mean they're not the optimals always. And the reason why is because those are the combos that he knows and is reliable with. Yeah, reliability over damage. Just depends. It depends on the situation, right? It really does. But going for something that you're good at or something that you're used to is a form of player expression, right? So say I know that you can't perfect parry my fireballs. I'm going to keep throwing fireballs. You learn how to perfect parry my fireballs, I stop shooting as many fireballs maybe, right? That's something that you as a player have to work around and either get better at or incorporate into your game plan, right? Now I know instead of getting 6 hits and doing this crazy combo with Guile, or I think it's like 5 hits, and doing more damage, I know that I have to play more safe. I have to play lamer because I can't do the cool thing with Guile, right? That makes it so that you can actually tell who's on screen more often. That's pretty cool. I like that. Another good example is LK, Lord Knight. Lord Knight has been put on record that he does not always whip punish with the optimal thing. And the reason for that is because reliability. Sometimes he wants to go for the thing that leads to less damage as a whiff punish because it's easier. If I'm not mistaken, someone asked him one time why he didn't whiff punish with some specific thing with melee and Guilty Gear Strive, and he said, because I'm a coward. And LK is a great player, but what he means by I'm a coward is I don't think it'll hit every time. I can't reliably make it hit, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to risk it. I'm a coward, you know. I'm not going to risk that, right? Whether it be an online tournament, an offline tournament, whether it just be a ranked set, right? There's tons of different reasons to have these cool features in play that allow you to express yourself as a player. Now, I will say that it is an execution barrier, but it's not a needless one. And the reason why I say that it's not a needless one is because Guile's not losing anything that he didn't already have. Right? Guile has always had crouching hard punch boom. If you needed the perfect boom to do crouching hard punch boom, then I would probably say that that's a little strange. But this is adding on things to a character who has already been developed, right? A character's moveset who has been exactly the same since Street Fighter fucking 2. They're just adding new things on top of that moveset to enhance the depth of the character. I think that's awesome. That is a perfect example of that is Nagoriyuki. I keep mentioning Strive. I got Strive on the brain. I've been playing a lot of Strive, okay? I could also name a Soul Calibur example, and I guess I can show you guys a clip. A perfect example is Nagoriyuki. There are certain Nagoriyuki combos that people go for that I do not. Right? On big counter hit situations, they do 5K jump K, jump D at the wall to bounce them off the wall, and then they continue their combo. I am super bad at those combos. I did a combo trial the other day on stream, probably about a week ago, right? And I was dropping them because I'm just so not used to them, right? I could learn them and they could become part of my repertoire, but say it's a very high stretch situation, say I'm playing a tournament set, I usually don't, I try to avoid online tournaments to the best of my ability, at least competing in them, not commentating them. But say it's a high stress situation, say I'm on the brink of making it to Celestial, or say I am playing an online or offline tournament, I have the choice to go for the hard combo that might do more damage or lead to a wall break or lead to more meter, or I have the choice to go for the easier, more reliable, safer combo that I've always been doing since fucking week 1, maybe week 2. The week 1 I was straight ass. I didn't have good combos. Week 1. Okay. And that's something that I think is cool because it leaves you as a player with more options rather than less. It's not like I'm forced to do that hard combo, and if I don't, then I can't play the character, right? I'm not gate kept out of the character by not knowing that. It just means that the way that I have to play him is very different from maybe more technical Nagoriyukis or more technical players in general, right? The more technical the body-based player, I'm sure I've had to talk about body, heart, and mind before. The more body-based player will probably get those things and have them down pat and be able to pull them out in a moment's notice, right? But maybe the mind-based player won't do that. Maybe the heart-based player won't do that because their hands, they don't have the magic devil hands, okay? They don't have those. So because they don't have that, instead, they didn't sell their soul to make sure that their execution is amazing. So maybe they go for the safer things that work all the time that they've known since Street Fighter 2. I want to show you guys a clip. And this combo is really hard. At least by really hard, I mean it's not the normal combo that I would do. Let me get it ready. Here it is. So this is, of course, Soul Calibur 6. This is my main game. This clip looks bad. Let me see if I can turn the quality up. Is this 720p? Damn, bro. My stream looks like dicks. Why didn't you guys ever tell me? I'm wearing the same thing I was wearing then. That's pretty great. Look at this. Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the same thing. It's just a different camera angle. I love Butterfingers. Butterfingers sound pretty good. You want to buy me a Butterfinger? Okay, let's take a look at this combo I do here. That is not my normal 2-curse combo. I had so much life there, so I decided to go for the riskiest, biggest damage combo off of that 2-2-beat launcher that I could. I usually drop that. That is not a very tournament safe combo. Because the link between B slide K just frame into 66A plus BB for the time stop is very difficult. If you mistime it, you do not get the relaunch off of that thing that splat him onto the ground, you do not get this relaunch. It doesn't happen right here. Because they have to be facing a certain way, and for them to be facing that way, you have to hit the 6-6 A plus B as early as possible after the B slide K just frame. Normally I do a completely different 2-curse combo here that's simpler when my opponent has less life remaining. Because why do this extremely hard combo that barely kills? Barely kill. Why do that extremely hard combo every single time if I don't have to? Because if I drop it, I'm losing damage. This is a form of player expression. In a lot of other situations, I would not have done that. And I wouldn't want this combo removed or made easier. Okay, let's be real. I would love for it to be made easier because it's my main character. And if I could do the hard combo easy, cool, no problem, right? But I like that this combo is hard. And I like that it gives me the choice of, do I know I'm going to land this shot here? Do I go for this? Or do I hang back with something safe and just go for Oki and try to kill off that? Especially with, look how much life I have left. I could have totally gone for the safer combo and then tried to Oki him out of the game afterwards. Difficult things are not, especially execution-wise, are not usually the reason why player expression is ruined. And they're usually not the reason why you can't play the game, okay? And I put that in air quotations. I have to, because a lot of people seem to think that execution is the only thing that matters in fighting games, and there is so much more to fighting games than just the execution. There's the strategy behind where to stand, when to try to counterpoke, when to press, when to take your turn back, right? When to use meter, okay? There's so many different things that are required for fighting games that aren't just, I need to make big number go up, like the damage number. That's not the only thing that matters in fighting games. And I say that wholeheartedly because, like I said, there are players who do very inoptimal combos or the safer options because they don't want to do the hard stuff and drop it. Or maybe they can't do the hard stuff. Another good example is Justin Wong. Justin Wong has always been a player who does very safe combos because he does not believe in his execution and wants to win, right? He could get better at execution. He's a godlike player, an amazing player, one of the best players to ever do it in almost any fighting game he's touched. Multi-Evo champion. Probably, I think he's won the most Evos ever. But still, he does extremely safe and whack combos. Whack AF combos. Because they're more comfortable for him. That is a form of player expression. I don't think Sonic Fox has won more Evos than Justin Wong. You could check. Is it Sonic Fox? I thought it was Justin. Could have swore it was Justin. I'm trying to think of if there's any other like really good players that I can think of off the top of my head. No, but there's another good example. Solar Plexus with Ryu from Street Fighter 4. I wonder if I can like find the move that I'm referring to. If I can like find the situation. There's like two. There's two things you can do off Solar Plexus, if I'm not mistaken. I wish I could find it. Oh, it is just the one. I figured. Let me show you guys this super sick combo I just found. Wow, this combo is insane, bro. Also, Seth has really low stun, doesn't he? Seth has like really low stun, so this combo might not work on a lot of the cast. There's also Street Fighter 4, if I'm not mistaken, like base Street Fighter 4. He's doing that to build meter, by the way. I'm pausing it there. The rest of this doesn't matter. This move, a combo is super fake. Yeah. That's not what I'm worried about. This is the only part that matters. You can def mash out of that way before the stun happens. Let me explain to you the only part that matters. This. Solar Plexus. Solar Plexus is a great move because it's a double hitting, very easy to hit confirm attack. Okay. You can immediately cancel that into a special, or you can link off of it. And the link is not easy. There are a lot of good tournament players from Street Fighter 4 who would do solar plexus into immediate special move into super. Instead, he does a link here into an EX special move into an ultra. Or yeah, an ultra. That's all. Yeah, this is the only part of the combo I needed to show you. That is a form of player expression that existed in older fighting games that exists with Guile's new change. I don't think anyone ever complained about solar plexus being a move that had multiple things you could do off it. Mean Buffalo, thank you for the resub, bro. Gotta eat a hot pepper. I don't think that that's something I've ever seen. It's funny that we're looking at Street Fighter and then you my notification. I was breathing in, that one hurt. Woo! I've heard so many complaints about how hard that link is, but not from competitive-minded individuals. Right? And I say that because for the most part, a competitive-minded individual is going to do his best to learn the thing that makes his character, their character, the best they can be. Or the best they can be with that character. Because sometimes they won't learn it. But other players will just mash that Hadouken, mash that EX Hadouken there. And there's nothing wrong with that. The choice to learn it, figure out how to do it, and make it work, versus the choice of completely avoiding it and using solar plexus into DP into Shoryuken. Great. Great. Link, Legend of Zelda, coincidence? Yes. 100% coincidence. I like this. I think this is a very good change for the character. Because you still have the EO Classic. But now on top of the EO Classic, you have an additional layer of depth. This is like playing a platform fighter. I'm sorry, a platformer, right? You're playing Super Mario. Maybe you're playing Super Mario on easy. So the only thing you're worried about is completing World 1 and World 2. On Super Mario, random Super Mario making up. Super Mario World 2, let's go. There's only 2 worlds to complete. So right now, you're only worried about level 1 and level 2. This is level 1 into level 2. Now maybe you just wanna play Super Mario World 2 on hard mode. You wanna play it and experience the game the best way that you can, the way that you choose to play the game. Because hey, some people are gonna play the game on easy mode. That's why rushdown characters exist. I'm kidding. So sometimes you want to play the game on a more difficult setting. So now instead, you want to make it so that you need to finish 4 levels. And that's exactly what this is. That's the same thing as parry in Street Fighter 3, in Third Strike. The best way to describe it is when you're blocking, you're only doing 1 level. You're literally only worried about 1 level. Especially with something like Chun Super, right? But when you're parrying, you have to beat 15 levels, right? Is it 15 or 16? How many hits is it? Eat a dick, Rushdown is hard. You're talking about zoners? Zoners are harder. Especially in most modern fighting games. Most modern fighting games are really, really fast or really aggressive. So like playing a zoner is harder. You also usually don't get as much damage. Like legitimately playing zoners is harder. It always has been. Grapplers are generally the hated ones. It depends how you ask. Some people don't like zoners, some people don't like grapplers, some people don't like rushdown. Modern controllers are all going to be playing Guile. That's an assumption that this is going to be really easy. Yeah, every style of character is hated. There's someone out there that's like, fuck Shotos, I hate Shotos. Okay, there's someone out there. That guy exists, I promise. Me with KI Shotos, I swear. Fuck Jago and Shadow Jago. Fuck both them hoes. But if you're worried about Guile's new changes, I definitely heard a lot. LTG hates Shotos. What the fuck? Especially in the context of Smash. Oh, true? Fuck Shotos? Yeah, fuck Kazuya. Kazuya's a bitch-ass Shoto and I hate him. What? I think this is a great change. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. So you have 2 options, right? Because this isn't going to change. It's probably part of the game. as we know it. I don't know how easy it's going to be, how hard it's going to be. I can't be certain, right? This is the thing that you can do. You can either A, avoid it, or B, play through it, right? If you want to play Guile, if you're like, dude, I can't do that thing as Guile, that's no fair. That means you have to build a different strategy around not being able to do it. But if you can do it, then that means you can build a strategy knowing that you have it on lock. Which sure makes you definitely more scary as a player, but it doesn't make you better. If a character has a command grab, they're a grappler. If they don't, they're a Shoto. That's not how this works. I'm livid. You guys are funny. You guys are great. And speaking of being funny, this is a funny little talk that took a little bit longer than expected about player expression and execution barriers and the amount of varying degree that both of them matter to fighting games, right? I think that this is probably a really cool change. Right? We don't know yet. I'm not entirely sure, but this seems like a really cool change for a character who's always been the same vanilla motherfucker he's been forever. And I think it's a good thing. More options is always better than less, because it's not like you're losing the depth the character already had. You're just adding more on top, which is cool. And if you enjoyed this talk and the depth of the discussion that we had today, even though my chat was memeing around a little bit, come by to the stream. I do this every couple days, maybe every week. I try to do like a cool talk segment for the YouTube to upload. Come by, watch it live. But if not, and you're watching on the YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment on the video. Maybe tell me how you feel about this change, how you feel about execution barriers in fighting games in general, and if you think that something like this is helping or hindering player. Oh, wait, it's back. My mic's back. Damn. Well, anyways, unfortunately, as I'm trying to talk to you guys in the YouTube video, my mic cuts out. But hey, this is unedited content, so you guys are gonna get to see my malfunctions and scream errors. It's the best part about this stuff. But like I said, feel free to like and comment on the video, and tell me how you feel about player expression, especially with a change like this, and how you feel about execution barriers in fighting games. Maybe you really like hard combos, maybe you don't. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And this is Beanie Thuggish for the YouTubes, signing out and saying peace. I'm livid. YouTube, leave a comment if you like this cat. True. I'll put that in. I'll go past my intro, my outro just for that.